Hey, how's it going, you sightless seismotoads? Today we're going to be playing some games with ZoroarkSilvally. I've kind of put this one off for a little while because I wasn't really convinced the deck was that great. Been playing around with it a bit recently, and I think it's actually pretty solid. Maybe the best Zoroark variant right now. I think Zoroark or this has to be the best way to go, just because you need some way to deal with EV Snorlax, and the other builds don't quite do that as efficiently. So yeah, this is my current take on the ZoroarkSilvally build. Currently have a 1-1 Dewgong in here. The 1-1 Slowking will stay for sure. I'm not sure about the 1-1 Dewgong though. I might end up cutting this line out for maybe like a 1-1 Persian line. Currently it's been running fine without the Persian, and I've gotten some value out of the Dewgong, so this is what I've been sitting on for right now. I mean, the rest is pretty standard, straightforward. We got the memories here, the 4-4 energy, an Acerola, a Kukui. I've got a Mallow in here currently, because like I said, we don't have the Persian, so we need some way to find our combos sometimes if we don't just draw into them. So I've got the Mallow in there right now. We're short one communication to try and fit everything going on in here, but it's been fine so far. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into some games. Into first game here, no idea what we're playing against. So this will go down here. Gonna Ultra Ball away. I guess communication and Acerola. No Lele available. Worst case scenario. It's gotta be Dedenne, man. Alright. That stinks. We will save that Acerola though. I am gonna grab Ditto because we have no idea what we're playing against. If I had some idea what we're playing against, we'd probably switch this up to something. Save the Ditto for later, basically. But no idea what we're playing against, so it's gotta be Ditto. Communication. Get rid of the king. We are going to judge anyways, I think. We're going to grab the Zorua here. We do want to set up Zoroarks. Yeah, there's no reason not to judge. We have one Zoroark in hand, but I don't think that's really enough to argue to keep the hand there. The rest of the hand... Ooh, this new hand. Not great, not great. Some options. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Seel down. Maybe I should have held him on so I could actually Ultra Ball him away. Because this hand actually doesn't have a ton of Ultra Ball options. And I probably won't be able to utilize the Seel on the next turn anyway, so I probably should have held him just in case I wanted to Ultra Ball him away. Yeah, that's a bit of a mistake there. I'm gonna chalk that one up. So we are playing against, no idea, a lot of decks play Dedenne-GX right now. There's an Acrobike, so I'm guessing Reshizard is what we're playing up against now. We'll see. Oh, Ultra Ball doesn't tell us anything. Could also be a Pikarom with the Acrobike. There's a treasure looking like Malamar, actually. So getting the Seel doesn't seem too bad now. We'll see. Maybe force out the Mew on their end. That's usually fine to like have them put down the Mew. Yeah, so we'll see what they can come up with here. At this point I would assume Malamar, but I guess it could be, still don't know for sure, as they get a Lele here off the treasure. Yeah, still don't know for sure. 2 GXs in play though, that's nice. We're gonna be able to hopefully smack this guy with Zoroark, and then we can go Dewgong at some point, and knock out the Dedenne, and then set up the Lele maybe to be knocked out. We'll see. I could also just one-shot this with the Silvally-GX attack if they fill up their bench a little bit. It's also an option. We'll see here. There's a Lillie for our opponent, the ideal turn 1 supporter. Unfortunately, we had to go with the Judge. There's a Viridian Forest. I'm going to go ahead and guess this is Malamar. I guess it could be Reshizard with treasures, but there's a Ditto now. So we're playing up against, yeah, there's the Guzma GX. So I just have to remind, last time I played against Malamar, I completely forgot about this guy's ability. And I was like setting up for a Silvally play that could never have happened because of this guy's ability, because I discarded all my memories. So we got to hold on to a memory or knock this thing out with something else. Just remember that. Yeah, that's the game plan anyways. Nest Ball, probably going to see an Inkay here from our opponent. We'll see. Still, like I said, it's possible we pull off the Dewgong play. It's unlikely with the current hand because we have a Professor Kukui as our draw supporter for turn. I guess we could top deck. That would be very nice to see a top deck here of like a Lillie or something. We could attach DCE to Zoroark. Lillie for 4, Ultra Ball for a Zoroark. Smack this Dedenne for 120. Like I said, setting it up for to be cleaned up by Dewgong later on. So that would be nice. What's it called here? A Muk would be really good here. It would shut off the Ditto. Get rid of this ability. Stop Giratina as well. They'd be stuck on the 2 Inkay. So that's also a pretty good pretty good option on our next turn, getting out the Muk. We'll see what we draw. Like I said, we're stuck on the Kukui. Just draws us 2 cards, so we don't have a ton of options as to what we do on our turn. Very much at the mercy of the Kukui and our top deck. We'll see, though. Alright. Triple. Alright, well, we can pull off the Dewgong play now. So let's start with the Kukui. There's a Zoroark, so that is a great follow-up. We definitely want to go with the Dewgong play. So we're actually going to trade the Cynthia here. Look for some better Ultra Ball targets. Ooh, did not improve, let me tell you. Still want to go with it, though, I think. Is a little costly, but hopefully worth it in the end. We're going to be down 2 DCs, 2 triples right off the bat. But hopefully this is going to be worth it in the long run as we go into the Dewgong to take out these 2 Inkays. I guess we take out Inkay Ditto. They should be able to evolve one of the 3 anyways, but they can't stretcher for the Ditto. So it'll go to the Lost Zone. So it's a little bit better to go with it this way, I think. Yeah. So that way, if they wanted to go, like, you know, stretcher for 2 Inkays, they can't do that now and shuffle them back into the deck. They can only stretcher for 1, which still might not be a horrible play from our opponent, but better to limit our opponent's options overall anyways. All right, so we're down 2 DC, 2 triples. That is kind of the big hit we took with the play we took, the play we made. They can knock out this Dewgong if they want. We got a DCE for our Zoroark. We can go ahead and hit the Necrozma at the very least on our next turn. We're down our stretcher, so we can't recover the Dewgong, unfortunately. And then, yeah, like I said, running a little low on energy. Got to be careful with how we play out our next couple energies. Got to make sure we're being effective with them. Treasure from our opponent, so they're going to probably get Let Loose Marshadow. I think they got a Malamar in their hand currently. I could be wrong. No, that's the Malamar. Okay, maybe they treasured for a Tina and then treasured it away. I think that's actually what happened. I wasn't fully paying attention. Yeah, there's a Lillie for 6. All right, they're still cruising. Yeah, they can definitely knock out our Dewgong. Like I said, that'd be fine with me. It's really how many more Inkays they get down this turn is the big question. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it any? Maybe it's 0. We'll find out here in just a second. Maybe they prize an Inkay or 2. Maybe they can't get down any more Inkays. Most ideal situation for us, most value from doing the Dewgong play there. Even if they get down like 2 Inkays though, and if they don't KO the Dewgong, if we just get another triple, we can just like KO an Inkay, set up one of these GX Pokemon to be knocked out. Then we have to just go KO Malamar, KO that GX Pokemon, and we will have our prizes lined up. They do play the Mew, chose to not get it out early, but their bench was very awkward early on, so I kind of understand why they weren't able to really pull that off. And there's the pass. There's the triple top deck, but, well, our targets are still pretty solid, actually. We could just, like, hit up 2 GXs, and then those can be our prize cards to win the game eventually. I like the idea of that, so we're going to go ahead and blower that. Another triple down, and Lillie for 4, hoping for another Zoroark at the very least. Silvally is okay, but there's the Zoroark option. Get rid of that guy. Nobody likes him anyways. Give me a Zoroark. Trade away the Lillie here because the Guzma allows us to chase down the GXs. And yeah, that's what we want to do. Trade away the Lillie here. 2 more. Nest Ball here. Probably just going to grab another Zorua. Could grab a Silvally. All we really want to do is set up Zoroarks here, though, I think. I'm not even going to evolve this Ditto to a Silvally yet, because we don't really need to. Just going to go with that dual Blizzard. I'm going to hit up Dedenne, I think, and the Necrozma. Those are going to be what we're looking to take as our last prizes. 1 triple, 1 DC left that's not in hand. Yeah, that's going to be it. We're just going to set these guys up to be knocked out by Zoroark. And then look to trade through the rest of our deck for the rest of the game, knock these guys out, and draw our last 4 prize cards. That's going to be our game plan. Triple draw there was super nice, super convenient. So we have 3 energy left. So we have 1 triple, 2 DCU, including the DC in hand. So yeah, that's our game plan. It's a Cynthia from our opponent. The only thing I'd be afraid of here was maybe a Guzma on one of our Zoroarks. That didn't happen though, so looking still like we're in a great spot. Especially if our opponent goes send up the Necrozma to knock out our Dewgong, then they'll just be in a terrible position themselves. Get a free hit with the Zoroark onto that. We get to Lillie for turn instead of Guzma to chase it. And there's no way, I mean, if they leave the Dedenne in the active, I guess we could, well, we won't be able to retreat the Dewgong, so it'd still have to be the Guzma option. But yeah, if they retreat to this guy, then a Crozma, get to freely knock it out with a Zoroark, get the Lillie to draw cards instead of using the Guzma for turn. It's so much more beneficial for us setting up our end game plan here of knocking out the Dedenne. Got to find another Guzma and another energy to take the knockouts with. So yeah, looking super good for us. And I don't think they can keep the Dewgong alive. I mean, we only have one triple left, so actually them making the bet on us just not finding that third triple, probably more beneficial for them. Maybe retreating to the Lele, being like, I hope you can't knock it out. Oh, it's a GX attack they went with. Okay. That got a little bit more awkward. I didn't expect that. There's the triple top deck, right on time. But we're going to go with the Guzma KO Dedenne here, I think. Yeah, we're going to keep the Lillie. Guzma KO Dedenne, and then look for the KO and then a Crozma. Ideally set up another Zoroark if we can. We can. Just going to get rid of those. Zoroark. Trade away the Lillie again. Ideally get the fourth Zoroark here. I'm not gonna get greedy though. Yeah. So yeah, DCE. Maybe should have gone with the triple there actually, because the DCE is probably gonna leave play. Would have been more. Yeah, that was a mistake, definitely. Should have attached a triple energy. This thing is most likely gonna get knocked out. I mean, I guess they could go for a Guzma play, and then it would be nice to have the stay in play. So maybe it's about equal, but yeah, I think doing it the other way would have been a little bit better. So now I'm curious as to see what our opponent's game plan is from here. They got 300 damage in play. If they even play the Lele, that can move the damage around. It doesn't seem even that beneficial to pull that off. There's not really that many knockouts they can pick up. They can pick up like a Zoroark and a Ditto knockout. And no one really plays that Lele anymore anyways. So I don't think that's going to be happening. We do have the Lele, so if they take any kind of knockout, we can find the Guzma. Got the triple for the energy for hand. Or triple in hand for the energy for turn, excuse me. So yeah, I don't see any way for our opponents to kind of make a comeback in this one. I'm curious to see it happen though. Yeah, there's the concession, and we do pick up a first dub here in our first game. Get into another one here. We are going first. I guess I don't need to really put that down if we're going first. Yeah, we are going first. Ooh, and a mulligan from our opponent. Definitely use that. Thank you very much. We'll see what we're playing against. A Welder, Choice Band, Pokegear. All right. Looks like maybe a greens build of the Reshizard. Could also be the non-greens build. Hard to tell for sure right now, but we'll know soon. Yeah, in just a second here. We'll figure it out. Yes, I'll take that mulligan draw. Ooh, Silvally already? Nice. Yeah, it is that greens build. All right. Gotta go set up some guys. Get rid of this guy. Get ourselves a Zorua. We're gonna get rid of this guy and get ourselves a Lele if it's in there. If not, it will be the Dedenne again. Ooh, there he is. But yeah, Lele a little bit safer. Just gonna go with the Lele here. Supporter is that Lillie. Get ourselves set up. So this is the matchup that we're really playing the Silvally for, or the Reshizard matchups in general, I guess. Just want to be able to. Yikes! Not a good follow-up so far. We're gonna need some more stuff than this, man. Maybe we should have kept one of those evolutions. All right, not gonna mention Slowpoke yet. Might need to throw down Dedenne next turn. But yeah, the Silvally, super good in this matchup. Specifically, allows us to one-shot that Eevee Snorlax, which all the Reshizard decks are playing. Some of them even playing 2 Eevee Snorlax. You think you're good when you get over the first one, and then they hit you with a second one, and you're like, well, here we are, another Eevee Snorlax to get around. So yeah, that is really the point of playing Silvally right now. It gives you that fighting typing, good for the mirror match as well. On the Silvally, good for the Zoroark mirrors, being able to one-shot opposing Zoroarks in multiple ways throughout the game is definitely beneficial. So it offers up that as well. But yeah, the greens build is still kind of tough to KO with the Silvally because they keep their bench really small while still having access to pretty much everything they need through the greens. So this one is still pretty tough in my opinion. There's switch Guzma. Okay. I have all the options next turn after the flare started, so we don't want to be too aggressive with really anything, because they do have Switch and Guzma, so they can hit our active. They can Guzma, bring up something up off the bench. They really only have this set up right now, though, so that's good for us at the very least. Only have the Snorlax EV ready to go. All right, we'll see what we draw here. It's that Water Memory. That's no good. Kukui, we're going to need some help. Oh, no. Kukui was not helpful at all there. I'm going to go ahead and Nest Ball out another Zorua, probably. Maybe I just want to bench the Slowpoke, actually, instead. Go for a one prize attacker strategy early on here. Yeah, that seems like the better way to go here. Bench Slowpoke. I am going to put the supporters back in the deck. We need something, man. All right, and pass over to our opponent. Super lackluster follow-up off our turn 1. Our turn 1 was looking pretty solid, and then just no Zoroarks, no Ultra Balls. No Dedenne. No follow-up, man. So rough turn 2 from us. See how good our opponent's turn 2 is. They might just knock out our Type Null. It is kind of the biggest threat on our side of the field. Because the Silvally is what one-shots the EV Snorlax. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, if they go greens, look for a Welder to a Reshizard on a following turn, while just going Switch, knock out Type Null. And really just set up. They could even knock out the Type Null with the Volcanion, actually. That's just way better. Switch. Why would you ever switch? Yeah, just knock me out with the Type Null or with the Volcanion. That's probably what we'll see here from our opponent. Knock out Volcanion. Knock out Type Null with Volcanion. I don't know if they want to knock out their own Volcanion. We'll see here. They got the greens. I'm expecting Flint plus Welder, or if they already have the Fire Energy, at least Welder. Maybe Welder Nest Ball, like I said. I expect them to look to set up a Reshizard or second EV Snorlax if they run it. 2 Pokegear off the greens. Interesting choice. I'm super curious by that. Maybe they just want the options on the next turn as opposed to something for sure. And then a Flare Starter. What is going on? They're giving us so much time. I'll gladly abuse this time that they're giving us, though. I'm not complaining. Gladly put this stuff to use. Maybe they prize double Flint. Oh, man. No, not going to be able to utilize it immediately. The time they're giving us is going to have to go pass back to our opponent. But 1 extra turn is better than 0, so maybe they think we have the full combo in our hand. Yep, they're just going Flare Starter again. Maybe they think we have the full combo in our hand, and we're just waiting for them to send up the EV Snorlax to knock it out. That would be a lot for us to have, especially after we just played a Kukui. That means we'd have to be like playing 2 Kukui, or had to have top decked it. And they're like, well, if they top deck it, that gets kind of rough. So our opponent definitely playing this way slower than they have to. There we go. Get ourselves a Zoroark finally. And draw some cards. And we can also Guzma this guy up and go ahead and smack him. Put him in his place. Start with that trade. So we can go with that Guzma hit. How much would we hit him for? 120, and then we could hit with like a Lele for 120. That's not very good. Hit with this guy for 120. Hit with this guy for 140. Still 10 damage off. We could Kukui into it though. All right, that's the game plan. Smack with Zoroark and then Kukui into the Slowking. As long as I didn't prize him, I didn't check, so we're just hoping for the best here. Yeah. Smack this guy 120 and then Kukui into Slowking. Unfortunately, we'll be out of Kukui then. So we're just gonna have to deal with that, but hopefully that won't be too big of a deal. Yeah, that's the game plan now. Nest Ball, I expect Reshizard. Maybe second EV Snorlax. Second EV Snorlax would be real annoying. We'll see what they got. Another baby Volk. That is 100% A-OK with me. I don't mind seeing more of these guys. They're a lot easier to deal with than the big boys. Allows us to pretty effectively utilize our Acerolas as well, which is kind of cool. There's an Acerola from our opponent. I wonder if they're gonna be picking up the EV Lax. I would be fine with that. Please pick him up. I don't have the tools or means to deal with him right now, so it'd be great if he left the field and didn't come back for a little while. So please pick up the EV Lax and then Flare Starter to him. Give me a little bit more time. I just need a turn or two more. Get a second Zoroark out. Get some real trading going on. No, the dump truck press. All right. So we're hoping for the Slowking now, the Slowking play. That is our out. We can Kukui into it. It's really the only thing we have that can KO this super well. No! We got this guy. Turbo Drive isn't very good. Rebel GX is also not very good. Can Armor Press, which is actually reasonable because they can't actually KO it unless they want to use their GX attack, which would be okay with me, I guess. So let's go with that. This guy here, we can retreat the Slowpoke now, and then Armor Press. Give ourselves at least an option on the turn. They don't really have any. Well, they could have Kukui. If they have the Kukui, they get through it. But I think this really is our best play right now. Just Armor Press. If they want to Acerola, it's also fine. We can get like a Turbo Drive knockout on one of these Baby Volks. Maybe look at Guzma. Well, we can't Guzma. We'd have to Lillie next turn. All right, we'll see. Let's see what they have here. There's a switch into the Baby Volk. They don't KO us with the Baby Volk, though. Minus 30, so actually Kukui with the Baby Volk doesn't even take the knockout. Yeah, would have had to have been the GX from the Snorlax. But it might be switching to Guzma. Ooh, there's the Heat Factory. Don't have an answer for that yet. We know they have the Guzma in hand, actually, still. So ZoroarkSilvally is probably getting knocked out here by this EV Snorlax. I don't really want to play the Field Blower to burn it on the Heat Factory because they do play Power Plant a lot of the time in the greens build of the Reshizard, so I kind of want to save my Field Blowers for that, ideally. There's the Max Potion on the EV Lax. Yikes. I think that means there's probably a Welder coming down, which is always hard for us to deal with. We don't have anything to chase this resetted EV Snorlax, so this is going to get tough for us once again. There's the Welder. Oh, no. Welder to the EV Lax. Draw 3 cards. Ugh. All right, it's getting tough. It's getting tough. It's getting tough. High Heat Blast, not quite for a knockout, thankfully. And then back over to our turn. Finally found ourselves a Zoroark. Definitely gonna have to utilize the Slowking at some point. Just not sure when. Not even sure what I want to attack with this turn. I think I got a decent to attack with the Zoroark for sure. We do have Judge for next turn. Alright, so I'm formulating a plan here. We can smack the EV Snorlax and then Judge in the same turn and hopefully find some way to remove the Stadium as well. Maybe I should have kept that Nest Ball actually so I could find the Marshadow, the baby Marshadow. So they still have their GX attack. I guess that's not really that big of a deal. I think I actually go with the Turbo Drive knockout here. Yeah. And then we're going to look to use Slowking to punch the Snorlax next turn. Should have kept the Nest Ball, though, so I could bump the Stadium, though. Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake. See, we have 3 Ultra Ball left, so I'll probably trade before I play the Judge. Oh, they're sending up the Volcanion. I guess that means they maybe don't have second Welder in hand. So they can't Welder to the EV Lax again, which is pretty reasonable. Pokegear from our opponent. This might get them that Welder. There it is. Alright, so we're still in this one. It's just not looking great, but it's fine. We will recover. Plan is to punch the EV Lax with a Slowking, and then probably Turbo Drive, knock it out with a Fighting Memory when we finally find that. Yeah, got a game plan, right? Got something going on. There's a Welder from our opponent to the Volcanion, actually. Maybe they're going to hit us for 110. That is fine with me, though. And I would expect an attach to EV Lax, but maybe they'll have something else in store for us. We'll see. Interesting. Curious Welder there. Because hitting us for 110, one following up with the EV Lax doesn't really do a whole lot. There's some custom catchers, though. Ooh, this makes our prize trade way more awkward. Huh. Now we have to go with, like, back-to-back Slowkings. Or we could knock this out. There's another Volcanion down. That's good for us. Could just go with Judge and then hope they don't have a Welder to this anyways, and then we'd be good from there. They haven't attached yet though, so all they would need is an energy at this point. So I think back-to-back Slowkings becomes the play for us. Slowking and then Slowking on Ditto. Slowking knock out Volcanion, Slowking punch the EV Snorlax, and then follow up with Silvally knockout, and then something to knock out that last Volcanion they put on their bench, which was pretty curious for them to bench because it does allow us to draw a prize without having to KO 2 tag teams, which is ideally what you want to set up as their deck, is you have to force people to knock out 2 tag teams. Alright, so we have a game plan. Slowking, and then go from there. There's that power plant I was talking about. Well, don't have that Field Blower anymore. Don't Don't have the Nest Ball, which I should have kept to get the Marshadow. So now we are in trouble by my own doing, my own mistakes. Yeah. Best game plan is Slowking. Nest Ball, there we go. Lifesaver. Off the top. Don't mind me misplaying. Just misplaying a bit. Could have also gone for the triple on a Dewgong, actually, and killed this snipe that set that up for the Silvally. Oh, we can still do that, though. We have the free retreat. I keep forgetting we have free retreat. Can trade away a Lillie here. That's actually the better play to go with. Didn't get there, though. Dewgong is in there. 3 triples. We don't have much else, though. It's getting tough, man. It's getting tough. We're just gonna have to judge and hope for the best, I think. I think I'll bench Zorua, judge. Yeah, bench Zorua. Play judge, hope for the best. We really need Dewgong triple or Slowking triple. I think that's our only out here. There's Dewgong, no triple. We have Ultra Ball for Slowking. But then we have to evolve this Zoroark. So I don't we have to now hope they just don't have energy. Yeah, we have to actually just hope they don't have a fire energy. That is our out here. I think this one is about wrapped up for us. I think we're just going to lose, but we're going to go with it anyways. Hope they don't have a fire energy for their Slowking. I could have left this bench space open, actually, for Dedenne. I kind of forgot about him, so that's another mistake on my end. We definitely could have gone Ultra Ball for Dedenne and looked for the slow or the Dewgong play. Now we can't do that Dewgong play. Kind of bench locked myself here. Yeah, definitely a mistake on my end. Once again, I'm full of them this morning. Get this knockout here on this Volk, though, and we'll see if we're going down or not. Yeah, definitely could have left this bench space open. All right, but they sent up the Volcanion. But I mean, that might mean they have Guzma fire energy. If not, we can look for Guzma, another triple, smack this guy. Oh, it is the pass. All right. So we've done it to get rid of Zorua at this point. Definitely want to keep that rat in hand. He's probably going to be more useful later on. Now we trade the rat. Looking for Guzma. No Guzma. All right. Could Psychic knock this out? But then that does get a little awkward. If they have a fire energy, knock this out. We don't have a way to two-shot this. So we have to keep this thing trapped in the active for right now, and we're just going to pass over to our opponent. Yeah, keeping it trapped is definitely the best way to go here. There's that fire crystal. So they definitely top-decked that. But that means they could still have Guzma in hand. If they do have Guzma, I think the game is just over. I don't think we have a plan to ever get out of Guzma. I guess if they have Switch, it's the same thing. If they can move their active this turn, we lose. Oh, there's the Guzma. All right, so we are going to take a loss here. So they KO our Silvally. We have nothing we can send up that will live for a turn. We can send up the Lele, but then they can GX attack still. So I messed up a little bit in this game, but we kind of covered those. And we are going to be taking a loss here. In this one, no reason to play this one out any further. I think we can just concede at this point. Yeah, so we will be losing this one to my own foolish mistakes. But live and learn, guys. Live and learn. Getting into another game here. Opponent hitting us up with that mulligan. So nice of them. We'll see what they're playing here. Greens, Reshizard, it looks like. All right, Greens, Reshizard. Want to set up Silvally in this one. It is our go-to guy, is the Silvally. For sure, want to hold on to that Kukui. That is our way for Silvally to one-shot the, what's it called? Those pesky EV Snorlaxes. You know, we'll see how good our opponent's opening is. Sometimes the Greens build has very rough openings with the, I'm just not getting off Greens turn 1. Or even any supporter in general, because sometimes or if you get off the welder, you don't quite have enough energy for it. So, yeah, we'll see. There's the EV Snorlax right on time, as always. Yeah, so that's the guy we got to deal with, is that EV Snorlax. There's a Flint, getting rid of that Stealthy Hood and Fire. So this makes me think they probably got a welder in hand. Welder turn 1 to the EV Snorlax, pretty solid. Turn 1. Ooh, it's going to be a green. So just getting aggressive with the Flint. A little risky just in case I judge them turn 1, but it's a Zoroark deck, so I'm probably not going to judge them turn 1, so it's a pretty safe play. And then there's that Switch Welder. Alright, so we're going to be looking for the return knockout. So we're going to go ahead and look for that. So we need Ditto Zorua, not Silvally. What do I want to get here? Zorua and Ultra Ball away. Ultra Ball DCE. Type Null. Type Null. Punching this thing with Slowking is also pretty good, and then we're just gonna go with the Cynthia. Don't want to use the Lele or the Dedenne if we don't have to, and we don't, so we're not going to. There's that Fighting Memory already. Don't have enough of the other stuff though. I think we just go ahead and grab ourselves another Zorua here. Yeah, not a great hand. Not a whole ton of options for the next turn. Just really judge. No Zoroarks, no other evolutions, which is what we really want. It's just evolutions, man. So yeah, there's that welder from our opponent. And our active is most likely going to get knocked out here. And we don't, unfortunately, don't have a good response at all. Yep, there's the switch. Yeah, we'll see what we can pull off. But yeah, really no good response here in the current hand. We're going to send up a Zorua, see what our top deck is. DCE, we can just smack it with a Zoroark. But on the Fighting Memory, what is in the discard pile? Just a Cynthia. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Judge. Hoping for a Zoroark here. Dedenne, but 2 triple acceleration energies alongside it. Oh well. They've got to go. We can't not draw cards here. Can't not use the Zoroark here if we have the opportunity to find one. Alright, we did get one. Trade away a Nest Ball here. Definitely want to probably set up another Zoroark alongside this one to draw some more cards. Get rid of that Grimer. Another Zoroark. Probably going to trade away the Guzma. I want to keep the Lele as an option in the hand for sure. I think we'll go ahead and Nest Ball as well. Get another Zorua. Want to make sure we can keep drawing cards. Super important to draw cards. Always want to be drawing cards. Trade away the Guzma. See what we get this time. Field Blower is good to have on hand. And then Ride is beating for 120. Now we're looking for a knockout with the Silvally with the Fighting Memory on the following turn. I think that's pretty much our only good option. We'll send up the Ditto, so if we just can get a Silvally, we can at least free retreat. And then probably go with Pal Pad Lele for Cynthia. Maybe for the Judge, depending on their turn. There's a Welder. So not a whole ton going on from our opponent, especially with just the one fire from the Welder. So that is good for us. There's that Power Plant. Thank goodness we have the Field Blower in hand. There's the custom catchers on our Type Null. So good. Alright. Let's see now. I think we still send up the Ditto. Gives us the most options. We do have the Mallow in the deck. So we could go for that. Let's Field Blower away that. We're going to trade away the Slowking first. See what that gives us. Can play as if the Mallow's in the deck. I think the Mallow is in the deck. Alright, we're going to go for that Mallow play. Yep, there's that Mallow. We can get Silvally, or we can get Fighting Memory and a triple. Yeah. So we can get, or no, we can get the triple and the Fighting Memory. And then Ultra Ball for the Silvally. I'm trading away this. Get the Silvally. I think this is the best way for us to take the knockout, right? We could have gone... Oh, we could have gone... No, we couldn't have gone Kukui Slowking because we had to get the triple, which wouldn't have been guaranteed. But this Turbo Drive is guaranteed here on this one. Super unfortunate they got the custom catchers there. That was pretty brutal. The custom catcher pull there was pretty brutal. All right, we drew 3 prizes. Still have 3 more to go, though. And we're currently trapped by a Silvally in our active. We did get the DC, actually, so we can retreat pretty freely there. We're running low on resources, though. Only 1 triple left. At least 3D, or we have 3 DC left. 1 is in play, though. But we are overall, I think, running a little low on resources for sure. I mean, we'll have to see here. There's a Welder from our opponent, but no other basic Pokemon is going to be the troublesome part here for our opponent. There's a Judge. I wonder if that will be their supporter for the turn. They probably definitely are looking for our greens to go ahead and get some Nest Balls and get some Pokemon in play. But no luck so far, so we might just be able to knock out this Volcanion and win the game on our following turn if they do not find another Pokemon to put on their bench. We'll see here in a second. It's going to be Welder to active. Definitely would rather Welder something else, so this tells me for sure they have no other Pokemon in their hand. And now it's just a question of, did they draw a Pokemon? Yes, they did. Nest Ball. Let's see the Reshizard. There he is in all his glory. Alright. Now have to deal with a Reshizard, but if we get a Guzma, we can kind of just chase him and then look for our second Field Blower plus attach Water Memory and then knock him out with a Turbo Drive. So that can be our game plan for right now. We could also just hard retreat and knock out the active and then still look for the same plan but with a Kukui. We only have a 17 card deck left and we have 3 trades on the next turn, maybe 3 trades on the following turn. So that's actually a pretty reasonable game plan to go for sure. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking to do. There's a High Heat Blast for 50. Could also look to Acerola this. Acerola would also be nice. I don't think... There's the top deck. Acerola. Alright, so we actually are going to Acerola this and trade away the Fighting Memory. Get that Ditto back. Because we didn't really have any great trading options in our current hand. The best one was like the Zoroark. Now the best one is definitely the Zoroark. Definitely want to keep that Marshadow around for as long as possible. And now we trade away the Ultra Ball. Debating attaching this DCE to the Ditto. I think I am going to do that. DCE to Ditto. And then Rightus Beating for the knockout on this Canyon. Because if we don't get our triple, we can at least go double DCE, Turbo Drive, knock out our opponent's Poke. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. We'll see. If we can get the Kukui, we do just win this game. Or win this turn, not this game. We do also just win the game as well, I guess. Did I not Lillie last turn when I could have Lillied? I think I maybe just did. That was a mistake for sure. Chalk it up. Alright. There's the Reshizard, but they're going with the greens this turn, so at the very least we can punch this with Rightus Beating. For sure. Punch it with the Rightus Beating for 120. And then we'll just evaluate on the following turn. Ideally, we just draw into the Kukui, and then we still evaluate this turn. Just deal with it right now. There's the Lieutenant Surge for next turn. Yep. Alright, so we're looking for that Kukui. That's not it. Trade away Communication. I don't think there's any Pokemon we're looking for. Let's see. There's the Kukui. So we do have game here, unless I'm mistaken. Boom. Silvally, Water Memory, DCE, Kukui, draw 2, retreat, and the Turbo Drive. So we get the revenge. Played a little sloppy against the last Charizard or Reshizard greens. Cleaner in this one. And we caught our opponent with that early Judge, so all things are looking up for us. I just had to not misplay too bad like I did in the last one, and we do take a victory here over our opponent. And that's going to do it for the video on the ZoroarkSilvally deck, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, be sure to give the video a like. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Check out the description for a link to my Twitch live stream and social medias, fun stuff like that. I've also been posting the deck lists in the description with the PTCGO import, so if you want to quickly grab this deck list and put it on PTCGO, can do so by checking out the list in the description below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.